Hey guys, it is Jack here. Today I'm going to be doing another mukbang video talking to you about having vegan children. So that is going to be a little bit of the discussion that I'm going to be talking about today. Some of the hurdles that we've found as vegan parents bringing up vegan children, and also talking about the future and what it may hold. And also I'm going to be talking about this bad boy here, the fries. Smoked barbecue wood fire pizza. Have not tried this before, so really keen to cook this up. So I'm gonna whack this in the oven right now. Let's see how tasty this one is. All the while talking to you about being a vegan parent and bringing up vegan children. So let's go. So this looks incredible and smells incredible. Check out this pizza from Fries. So what it has on it, it's just got some red capsicum. They got their smoky chicken, plant-based chicken on it, barbecue sauce, a little bit of a sprinkle of vegan cheese on it. But this is unreal. Look at that, beautiful. But as I said, I wanted to talk to you about being a vegan parent. Very delicious. So much flavor on this one actually. I haven't really had supermarket oven pizza at all in my life, so I normally go for an actual restaurant based, or Domino's or Pizza Hut or something like that, but this isn't too bad. So if you watched the last mukbang video, I spoke about why we went vegan, and that was probably a couple years ago now, probably almost 3 years ago that we went vegan. So it was a big step for us, and it was really a big step when we decided for our kids to go fully vegan as well. So the idea, we were kind of scared about and worried about the kids getting the right nutrition in their vegan diet. So we did a lot of research prior to switching them to a fully vegan diet. Probably what started our youngest at the time, he was very young, just a baby, and he suffered from severe eczema. Like the extent of his eczema, it would blister up and it would bleed, and he'd cry in his cot because of the discomfort of the eczema that it caused. You'd get it over his legs, over his arms, over his belly, everywhere. So what we found a lot of the time, excessive eczema does actually stem from having dairy milk. So we eliminated that, went to a soy-based formula, and the eczema completely cleared up. So that really opened our eyes into providing a plant-based diet for our kids, of what the health benefits it could provide. Like getting rid of that eczema, we tried so much other options like creams, and it would still always constantly flare up. So seeing that when it disappeared completely after cutting out dairy, it made a big impact on transitioning our kids in a fully vegan diet. So it was interesting. My wife and I, we had been vegan for a little while by that stage, and our friends and family knew that we were vegan, but then our kids weren't fully vegan. At their childcare, they didn't eat vegan meals, they had still meat products. But then as soon as we decided and told everyone that they're going fully vegan as well, everyone had an opinion. There was some big disagreements about putting our kids on a vegan diet. So much so that actually the in-laws made a big statement about, you shouldn't be feeding your kids a vegan diet. They need all the health benefits that they can go to grow and all this sort of stuff. And it actually ended up in a pretty big argument where it got to the stage where we didn't actually speak to the in-laws for quite a few months. And then they eventually came around and started to understand that, we are doing everything in our power to bring them up in a fully healthy and nutritious diet and lifestyle. And it took some time for, even my parents, the in-laws, and people around us to understand that we are looking out for them. We've done all the research, and we're definitely making sure that they are getting all the right foods and nutrition into their diet. So we went to a few doctors to get their opinions about switching the children into a plant-based diet as well. And they were all really accepting of the idea as long as they ate similar to what we were eating. They had seen our blood tests and seen how our blood tests were performing. We were fine with B12, we were fine with iron, and they were really happy with the fact that if you are providing your children with a great variety like yourselves, there is absolutely no reason why your children can't survive on a vegan diet too. So really the key was making sure that they were getting a good variety of food, a good mix of fruit and veg, fiber, protein, all that key essential items for their growth and development. So, we researched quite a lot what foods are better and what foods they should be eating. So we looked into like dairy milk replacements, making sure that they're getting calcium, protein, and all that sort of stuff. And we found that you should be opting, especially in children, opting for a soy-based milk. So the good thing about soy milk is that it is high in fat, which is really essential for kids' development. So that's why like items like almonds, all your different nuts, avocados, a really essential part of their diet. So having soy milk as well was really providing a number of benefits, including like your protein, your fat, and it is probably the number one choice if you've got a vegan child, to go for the soy milk over other plant-based milks. So, other milks like almond milk is really good as well because it's high in protein, but you really need more fat for a vegan child for their development. So we just kind of researched a little bit of what key items they should be eating, and we developed it from there, making sure that they are getting, the right foods, good variety, and eating very similar to what we're eating, which included like, beans, tofu, heaps of veg, heaps of fruit, sometimes the odd pizza indulgence, here or there, but the idea was to offer a variety of food. Those were key nutrients like your iron, which would get from your nuts, your dark leafy greens, your beans, your chickpeas, and then your omega-3s, where we would ground up some flax and some chia seeds, chuck that onto their breakfast, chuck that in the smoothies for them, make sure that they're getting that for their brain health. And also you've got B12, which we actually do supplement with a spray or like a tablet. That is very essential for even yourself and your kids to supplement with a B12. And obviously your protein and fiber, which they get from a variety of fruit and veg. We're chucking them a couple serves of fruit a day and plenty of veggies as well. But I looked into it a little bit. Apparently the average child in Australia is only eating 1 serving of fruit and 1 serving of veg a day, which is unreal. I'm pretty sure the requirement for a child is like 2 to 3 serves of fruit and then like 4 serves of veg. So to hear that they're only getting 1 serve of fruit and 1 serve of veg a day is really sad. And we make sure that our plates of food have variety. Like you've seen some of my videos in the past about what we're feeding our kids at dinner time and what we're taking out for lunch. They have a variety of food on the plate ready to go. So we do that throughout the day. And that's another thing as well. Most vegan friendly food is quite low in calories, so they do need to eat a lot more food to get up those calories, especially in kids, because they are burning so many calories. So our kids eat a lot of food in comparison to some other people that we know, because your meat and all that sort of stuff is quite calorie dense. So just make sure that you're providing them with a good variety of food and enough of it to make sure that they are hitting all those targets. So really for us, bringing up vegan kids is really based on a long-term health sort of benefit for them. Especially like, as I mentioned, the eczema is cleared up. And then you look at other conditions that can easily be avoided by avoiding items like your meat and your dairy, which is like, your saturated fat, which is predominantly found in meat and dairy products. So they've already eliminated that chance of heart disease from an early age because they are eliminating those sort of products. And then also like, preventable diseases that really can be just made by eating better food, and also providing a compassion aspect into our vegan kids as well. Appreciating animals around us and loving them. I mean, our kids absolutely adore animals, so it's really great. And also be mindful of a sustainable future for the kids as well. So like, being a bit more mindful of where things come from and understanding the impacts onto the environment. So we're really key on that at the moment, and trying to recycle, trying to teach them about recycling, composting. We've got a garden in the back, so making them understand the whole process of that sustainability and growing into, a better environment, better lifestyle, more compassion. And that is key for us into their future and their development. I'm loving this pizza. It is nice. It is a bit expensive, I'll be honest. I think it was about $9.50, which is quite a lot when you consider that you could go to probably Domino's or Pizza Hut and get a pizza similar price and probably a bit more flavor on it. But it is convenient to have, I guess, in the freezer. Sometimes we make our own, but the flavors are definitely there. But I don't know if this is going to be enough for me. I am starving and I've almost finished it and I'm still feeling hungry. So other hurdles come from, I guess, taking our kids to childcare, trying to get our childcare on board with providing them with a fully vegan diet. That took some time to get the childcare and their chef on board to provide like a good variety and healthy variety of vegan food. So it really kind of started with myself writing out like a massive book about recipes, vegan alternatives that they can purchase from Woolies or Coles, and then providing similar dishes that they provide to meat eating children, like so the kids don't feel like they are being left out compared to the other children. Say a kid gets spaghetti bolognese with meatballs and then our kids just get the pasta and the sauce. They're going to kind of start to wonder why they aren't getting the same, and they're probably not going to eat it, to be honest. So I think that's key if you're talking to your childcare or whatever, to make sure that they are still making a similar style dish to everyone else, and so they don't feel like they're being left out. So there are times where they do their events like Easter, where they've got the Easter egg hunt. Our childcare area is pretty good because they discuss it with us, so then we buy some dairy-free eggs and bring them in and go, hey, these are for the kids. Don't let them feel left out on all the activities that the other children are doing. It's similar to birthday parties that they get invited to. We just have to prepare a couple bits and pieces beforehand, before going, because a lot of the time, most of these birthday parties, they just chuck in some chicken nuggets, some sausage roll, all terrible food to begin with. We've actually been pretty good because a lot of the parents do cater. They ask, does your kid have any dietary requirements, blah, blah, blah. And then, we say our kids are vegan. You don't have to provide anything. I'm happy to provide stuff for them for the party. But, sometimes some people really surprise us. Like we had a party recently where the host there, they actually got vegan cupcakes. They got vegan food ready for our kids. So that was really great for them. So turning back into feeding vegan kids, it can be quite difficult because people have fussy kids, fussy eaters, and you chuck out some tofu and they're gonna look at it like, what the hell is that rubbery mess? One bit of advice that I can give you guys that's worked for us at least is that persistence is key. It's like with anything. It's like with myself. When we first went vegan, I hated tofu. I found it really bland and rubbery, and I could not get myself to eat it very often. But now, with a bit more experimentation, marinades, different meal ideas, I absolutely love tofu, and so do the boys now. The boys absolutely love tofu. I make a delicious satay tofu recipe that they demolish and absolutely love. So my advice would be just to persist. If you haven't seen my videos, what I do, I have a plate with separate little compartments of their meals. So you got a bit of pasta, a bit of bolognese sauce, you know, you got some fruit, you got some nuts, a variety of food, because kids love variety. And at such a young age as well, they're still figuring out what foods they enjoy eating. So I really, really find that this works a treat for us at dinner time. And to be honest, like, it's worked well for us, and it's worked well for a couple other people we've spoken to about this. But we've done our research. I'm sure everyone else has done their research as well. As long as you are providing a variety of food and a lot of calories of food, you know, they are going to be healthy and happy kids. Do not get scared off by all these so-called experts out there, or your friends and family who have a backyard degree in nutrition apparently. Do your own research, talk to a variety of doctors, and check your bloods. If your bloods are fine and your health is fine, then your kids are going to be fine. So if they're going to be eating similar to you, your kids are going to be fine as well. As long as you know they are healthy, that's all that matters, let's be honest. But anyway, I'm almost finished this pizza, but I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, chuck this video a like, you know, comment below if you've got vegan kids and some of the hurdles that you may have faced, or some of the questions that you may have for myself. I'm happy to help you guys out. You know, I am no health expert, but I can only give you from my experience what has been working. So hopefully you might be able to take something out of that. Also, share this video around, subscribe to the channel if you love this video, if you love this channel. I've got plenty of other great content, recipes, lifestyle videos, kids lunch boxes and all that sort of stuff. So subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with those sort of videos. But I really hope you got something out of this video, and I love doing these mukbang videos. If you've got any ideas or topics that you want me to talk about, please let me know in the comments below, and I'll definitely try to get around to it. Anyway, I'll see you guys very soon.